Hey, good evening. It's 6:45 p.m. It is Sunday evening. Okay, so the day's over, the sun's gone down, and you probably think the fun has to be over, but that's not necessarily true. If you're eating dinner, you could do something fun, like play a game after dinner or something like that. Try to stretch that Sunday weekend a little bit further if you can. That's what I used to do. I used to, on my days of being off from work, back in like 2008 or so, I was becoming obsessed with my free time because I knew that it was a way of me stepping away from the nightmare that I had to deal with during the weekday. And so, I was getting really selfish with my time. There were times where like people would call me and didn't want to talk to me, and it was just getting to the point where I felt like I had to shut everything out. I am the person who, throughout the course of my life, and I think you guys have pretty much figured this out by now about me, is that I don't have the ability to deal and put up with the little slights and the so-called whoopsie mistakes that people do towards me that cause me like severe setbacks in life. And they tend to normalize their behavior because obviously they don't have the same set of standards, which I think part of the controversy of my entire existence is the fact that I tend to adhere to a certain belief system that tends to be superior to theirs, and they obviously want to attack me for it. This is not me fighting, but it is kind of a problem because I have to exist somehow, right? I'm trying to just get on with my life is all I'm trying to do. But I don't. I realize that, because I understand, matters of the heart and what makes a person a worthy person, somebody who's worth getting to know and care about and give love to. You know what I mean? All my life, I've been around people who've kind of exploited me in one way or another. And, I didn't realize like how serious the issue was at the time. But now I'm looking back, it's like, wow, I was a lifelong victim of a hate crime. Basically, is basically what that is. So, sometimes, I get disappointed in people, like, almost immediately. People need to understand that someone like myself who's gone through something like this, multiple betrayals, being set up for having a fake family, just because somebody wanted to basically study me under a microscope, and then have the whole issue of having a twin, that was not meant to have a decent relationship with. It was literally meant to, somebody having some sort of grudge against my family line, and acting it out through some sort of battle within my own blood background. I'm trying to understand this issue of the experiment, okay? Because, like, obviously, if they were people who, if she had the ability to interact with the people who were conducting the experiment, it makes me wonder if, because I haven't really tapped into like the little details of how she got brought into it, and why in the world, if you knew that you had a twin, why is it your first instinct, your first impulse is to fuck with this person, to try to fuck their life over? Why isn't that you just want to meet me and get to know me as like your sister? Does that not make sense? I mean, if you found out you had a twin, right, what would be your first thought? Oh my God, you would think about, oh wow, I have someone like me, or you'd want to get to know this person, and hopefully the interaction would be warm, hopefully, right? But the fact that somebody was like hell bent on just like tearing me down, plowing me down, ruining my life, stepping on me, trying to one up me, it is disturbing as hell to me, okay? But then I have to pick through, like, okay, what if this had nothing to do with Joseph Mengele? What if it had, what would the situation still be? Would this person still be guilty of being selfish and showing any lack, any sort of concern for me? Is this person worthy of forgiveness? I literally have to think about these sort of things and drill things down. You know what I mean? Brainwashing, mind control, or whatever. Okay? I mean, literally take it and pick it apart. This is one of the reasons why I don't like the judicial system a lot, because sometimes I know that there are a lot of people, innocent people, go to court and they end up like going to jail or something like this, because I don't think a lot of times people really consider the facts that need to be looked at, right? So I do believe that I have advantages in thinking straight and making good decisions, okay? Um, so my thing is that I am difficult. I mean, it's not that I do not have a problem with having a conversation with people. Now, like, I know I text a lot, you know what I mean? But the thing is that texting is basically cut down and condensed into sentences and stuff like that. What a person really needs is a deep down conversation, and I understand that. Unfortunately, I have been feeling under the weather. I am not bubbly. I am not happy. I am not, giggly, and somebody who feels like I can really initiate a strong conversation at this moment, mainly because I'm dealing with severe depression. You know what I mean? I don't have anything positive in my life to say at this moment. All I can say is, oh, I got people messing with me, important people who think it's funny that they can just like play my game like it's a game of chess, or don't even know these people, but they just think it's funny to apparently pit one of my relatives against me, okay, and think it's funny to wreck my life. But I mean, I don't have anything fucking positive to say. The only thing I fucking care about right now is making money. That's it. Okay, so people are going to be wondering, okay, well, did you check your Patreon? I have not checked it yet because it's becoming a source of anxiety for me. I have a form of mental illness, which most people who have dealt with targeting deal with mental illness. Okay, some people become outright schizophrenic. Okay, because their mind becomes so like, just like completely choppy and stuff like that. That has not happened to me. It's going to affect you in some way. Okay, in my case, I am no longer interested in socializing that deeply, and I know that the whole talk among this group of them is that Maria is becoming more and more into herself. This is who I am going to be for the rest of my life. I no longer feel comfortable dealing with people on the daily, you know what I mean, or having conversations. I no longer see people in the same way that I did a long time ago, or giving people the benefit of the doubt. This is some of the effects of somebody who's been a targeted individual. And then not just somebody who's a targeted individual, but the fact that you understand the purpose and why you were a targeted individual, okay? This has me fucking outright disturbed. It has me disturbed. Okay, so yeah, I have dealing with my mental issues. However, my mental issue, which I am sure anybody would obviously recognize, that there is a social phobia now that's developed, and rightfully so. Okay, but it's also somehow could be used as a sort of protection, because I have to sit here and pick people apart and see what their motive is, because people will want to get close to me so they can somehow abuse me. That's just the way it is. I have people who don't care about seeing me succeed. You know what I mean? And so they'll try to wiggle their little way in, either through a mutual person that I'm talking to or whatever. So I understand how it works. See, people think, oh, she's got everything, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't. You can't believe the fucking bullshit I have to deal with. You cannot deal, you just cannot imagine the kind of bullshit that I have to deal with for something that I had no interest in even being a part of. I would never. I mean, if these people don't realize, the people on the top of the pyro, I'm not going to mention names, but if you don't understand how fucking scandalous this is, and what this really says about shit that you've tried to deny in the fucking first place in many of your interviews, look, dude, we can obviously see that there's racism in this, okay, of the sickest kind. So I'm like, a little pissed off that I have to sit here and worry about paying my credit cards and shit for shit I didn't have anything to do with. But anyway, sorry, I cannot help getting off the subject. And the reason why is because I know that I'm not going to ever get proper closure. I'm never going to get the adequate, mental assistance, the sort of aid, the sort of help that I need in order for me to move on, even though I know that most therapies don't really work, and they don't really wipe out people's phobias, out the long term. But this is who I've become. You can't sit here and bring a person into job after job after job, wreck their life, make them feel as though their life is threatened, year after year after year after year. You know what I mean? Um, Take away things that, knowing, focusing attention, excessive attention on a person, and expect this person to be normal. You can't. But I will say that I'm in better shape than a lot of other targeted individuals, because maybe I think it's because I hold on strong to my belief. I know that I'm right. And I think this is one of the things that freaks people out, because I know that sometimes I'll say something that seems a little off colored. Like, I was talking about my references to certain people who shall remain nameless at this point. But I think we all know what I'm talking about. They feel as though I can just easily say things that I feel. And I'm going to tell you, I have become so sick of people and their bullshit that I no longer care about people's feelings. Now, I believe in me giving out my care and my concern to people who have shown me that. And I also give people the benefit of the doubt. If I never seen your face before, I'm going to be polite to you. And, there's no reason for me not to. But have you ever shown me some sort of disrespect out of your own heart for no fucking apparent reason? I am not going to sit here and feel moved to love, forgive, or anything like that. And there's no reason for me to. Especially since, it went on for the duration that it did. So anyway, yeah, I just think about how do I step out? And the only thing I can step out and start doing is living my life, and I have to make money to do that. You know what I mean? And so I'm not trying to complain, but it's the fact that, and some people think, okay, well, aren't you going to have it? All I can do is what I can do. I can only do so much. I'm putting out content, and then I had somebody who shall remain nameless that I've already mentioned a few days ago, at least a night before ago. I already mentioned this person, okay? This person has a very big head, okay, to the point of where he feels as though I'm supposed to, like, bow down and do the act of obeisance to him. I am not going to do such a thing. Such a sacrilegious. No, I have no reason to try to please you, even though you may be who you are. My life is my life, and I care about my life, okay? And I don't believe that I am in a position to deal with what I don't deserve what happened to me. You know what I mean? To him, I'm just a second-class citizen. Even though I have proved that I am far more superior than him intellectually and in every other way. Every single other way. Does that sound shocking? It gives me my confidence to talk about what I say is because I'm right. I'm right. I moved here in Bakersfield back in early 2000. I really did sit here and try to find a job. I had no idea this bullshit was going on. I mean, Prince Alame, who hit me upside the head last fall, I freaked out. This whole thing has blown my mind. Blown it. You know what I mean? And shouldn't it? Because even though I believe in things like the occult, the unseen, this is like a little too close to home. This is just too weird to me. Too weird. And to wake up with this reality every day that my world, my entire life was just somebody's fucking game. And this person who I'm addressing seems unrepentant about the whole thing. And if he does have an interest in me, it's only for his own selfish gain. You know what I mean? I'm very leery of powerful people. Sorry, but it's true. Once again, what makes it easy for me to say that? Because it's true. Like I said, I have dealt with people who have just been nothing but the lowest of the low. I have been in this little circle for my entire life. With people being cocky, saying their little bullshit, acting like they want to sit here and play a game. I'm just here to get a job at this point. You know what I mean? You made my life an absolute living hell. You know what I mean? So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Sit here and... The thing is, maybe you feel as though you can, what do you call it? Illegally, strategically do things behind the scenes to undermine me because, after all, aren't you the so-and-so and so-and-so? You can get away with it. You can, use coercion. You can do all kinds of, pulling things behind the scenes to get your shit, and do what you want to do. Why would you be attacking somebody and terrorizing somebody in a different country? I would like to know that question. I mean, that question answered. I would like to know that, because that's exactly what it is. I didn't deserve it. I mean, I don't care who I'm related to, what ancestor I have. I mean, honestly, I have shown no interest from the time I came out of the womb to have anything to do or enact some sort of like revenge out on this like other family. I just literally don't give a shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? I just think that this history is like kind of tragic. Thinking about like, gosh, that's awful. So I ended up losing 2 dads in this issue. And guess what? This boy still wants to sit here and try to block me, think it's funny, and waste my fucking time. I've got a life to live, if you don't mind. But anyway, else I want to say. I think that's, I did want to address the people that I used to know, who were brainwashed and, thought it was okay to treat me the way that they treated me and say all this other stuff. I don't know what the interaction was. I do know that the people who were following me doing all this stuff, they were only acting under the instructions of this particular family. But still, I understand. People want to be in the end. They do. They want to be like so socially accepted, and they deny themselves your own identity so they can belong and they can fit in and they can basically be slaves and be happy about it. That's your choice, okay? But this girl who's been attacked on my own country, I'm standing up for myself, and I'm going to say what she did was inappropriate. You know what I mean? Extremely inappropriate, okay? You don't enforce your religious views on people. You don't sit here and try to, like, finagle people's social life and think it's okay just because you got this title. I have the right to do that sort of stuff. You don't. I'm sorry to make every single rant about, this issue. But like I said, until I start making money, I guess I'm just going to keep bitching about it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you would probably do something to try to stop me from YouTube. And you probably would do something like that. The reason why is because you feel as though you have the entitlement to win this war that you launched. This is all one-sided on your end. Nobody wanted to fucking play that game. I literally came here to Bakersfield to have a job. You know what I mean? Nobody even, whatever. I'm not even going to go there. Okay, shut up, Maria. Anyway, so what else do I want to talk about on this video? I think that's I am very appreciative to some of the comments that I got, and it's nice to interact with other people. Not sure if, what these perpy people are doing with my channel. I know that I actually have quite a lot of subscribers, but they do not let me see the numbers. Which is one of the reasons why, because they have always had a shitty attitude towards me, I never trust them. They will never have my trust. Ever. Ever. Okay? Apparently people think that sort of stuff's funny. You don't mess with something like that. Okay? You don't fucking kill both my fucking family members, which would be both fathers, right? Ruin my fucking childhood. Ruin my fucking, ability to raise my kid. I'm trying to make good on my life, and you just keep causing all these problems, and I'm supposed to have some sort of fucking respect for you. That is a fucking joke. Some leaders get people to respect them because they act like leaders. And then some people use things like coercion and force is what they use. And it's not something that's respected, and that's not what this country, the United States, is supposed to stand for. That's why we fucking rejected that shit a long time ago. Apparently, but that didn't seem to stop you this time. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. See, I mean, I'm not over it. I need to start getting on with stuff. So anyway, tomorrow I will check my Patreon account, see what's going on. Also, I will be posting up that video, do the recording of it. I got things to do, but, I've just been thinking about how much I cannot stand these freaking people. It's kind of consuming my time. Wrapping up this video. Be back with another one sometime later. Take care.